It's Mrs. Lorenz. I hope you had a good first day of this weird homeschool, do school at home thing. I know it was a little odd for us here. So I'm back down in my basement here while my dinner's cooking, and I thought I'd record my lessons for tomorrow. Um, that way, if you got started early in the morning before I did, you'd be ready to go. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is Super Kids. So like we always do back at school, go ahead and pull out your word workbook. And in our word workbooks today, we're on page 53. And we're still talking about the E, that long E sound. And these, let's look at the box at the top here by Ms. Blossom. It says these long E words are homophones. Remember, homophones are words that are spelled differently, but they sound exactly the same. And they have two completely different meanings. So that's the trick with spelling them. So you have to read the sentence all the way through to know which word you're supposed to be putting there. Okay, so it says you must know their meaning to decide how they are spelled. Okay, and look at the little example here. It's kind of funny. It's good to be a bee. So be like you are something, and then bee like the insect, a bee. Those are two homophones. So let's look at the directions. It says read the two blue homophones at the left, then write them correctly on the lines. So they're starting us out with B and B. You see those there? B and B. Number one, Tick will blank glad to find a blank. Well, they gave you a picture here. And if you think back to the story, Tick is looking for a bee. You have to think, which of these two words does that mean? Well, it means bumblebee, which is B-E-E. Okay. And then the other one is be, like I will be right back. Okay, so if you need to, go ahead and pause the video and get those written in for number one. If you look at number two, the words we have in the box are see and see. So the first C is to look at something, and the second C, the S-E-A, is like the ocean. Okay, so I see a big boat on the sea. Well, I see, that means we're looking at something, so it's S-E-E. I see a big boat on the sea, S-E-A. All right, so do you see that there? All righty. Well, the rest of the page, numbers 3 through 7, that's on your own. So go ahead and pause the video and get to work. Okay, you can finish this. This is the only workbook page you have to do for today. So no worries. All right. All righty. Well, I'm going to continue on here, and we're going to take a look at our story. Now, the story that we had for today or yesterday, depending on when you're looking at this, that was the one that was all about the queen bee. Remember, Tick and Alf were excited to go research and learn more about bees, whereas Tack and Talk were more about making fun and having fun. So in our readers, we're on pages 98 and 99, and today's story is called The Bee Team. Okay. You see that there? And while we're reading it, I want you to really think about how close Tick, Tack, and Talk usually are and how they do things, okay? Well, here we go. Tick, Tack, and Talk always walked to school together. But the next morning, Tick wasn't at their usual meeting spot. When the other girls got to school, they saw Tick and Alf on the playground looking at the grass with a magnifying glass. Tick, why didn't you tell us you were coming early? Tack said crossly. What are you doing? Looking for bees, said Tick. You're kidding, said Talk. What are you two, the bee team? Tick and Alf grinned at each other. If we are, we're not a very good team, said Alf. We haven't found a single bee. It's too cold, said Tick. Let's try after school. It'll be warmer. You can't, Tick, said Talk, sounding bossy. We plan to practice batting after school. Remember? Oh, right, said Tick with a little frown. You two start practicing without me. I'll come later. Now, Tack and Talk were mad. It was clear that Tick was more interested in bees than in batting. So this is kind of a big deal for Tick, Tack, and Talk. if we really think about it, even their names are almost the same. And all of a sudden, Tick is deciding to go and do something that's more interesting to her in other ways. And Tack and Talk aren't sure that they like that. In fact, they were kind of mean. Instead of letting Tick experience and explore things that she wanted to, they're forcing her or being mad at her for not doing what they wanted. But at the same time, Tick had already agreed to go practice something with them, and she should be a good friend and follow through on that. So it's kind of a sticky situation for them, and hopefully tomorrow they'll be able to get it figured out. All right. So you can go ahead and put your reader away, and let's talk about that magazine.